Hey everyone, it's Coconut. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be going over a new up-and-coming bot called Karu. It is based for the Karuda bot, which I have discussed in my previous video. This is, from my understanding, what this is for trading. Specifically dies and cards. So like I said, it is up and coming, so there's not like too much that you can do. But I am going to be kind of just going through it a little bit. I already have a little bit already, but I'll kind of go through each command. A cool thing about this bot though is that it does have a website. And that's nice for me because I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be going through bot commands all day long. So if I'm looking for a card, I've got surplus of tickets or gems, I'll just go to the website, see what they have. If they don't have anything I want, I'll go about my day and not have spent 30 minutes just doing commands. So this is their server. It's public, it's still up and coming, so it's not too big. There's not a lot of spammy messages going on as compared to Karuda Hub when you go into main one and it's very busy. So eventually it will probably get like this, especially if Karuda itself kind of, wouldn't say endorses it, but makes it known that they do also enjoy this bot. So with that, I was gonna do it in the server that we used previously, but the commands in there are a little bit finicky, so we're just gonna do it in my server. So we'll go down to Karu 2. I'll go through the commands pretty briefly. I don't want to spend all day on this because I don't know much about the bot myself. But I will show a little bit what it has to offer, and then I will spend most of the time probably on the website. So the K-buy, I did that command. That is for the owner. So I can't do that, can't do anything with that. I'm just gonna kind of skip over it. K-daily is the same as like you would do with Karuda, except you get a box fragment, which I don't have enough to do anything with that, but hopefully in a future video I can kind of come back to Karu and say like, hey, I've been using it for this amount of time and this is what's been added, and then finally do a merge of the box fragments and show you guys what I get from it. These are editing my card or die listing so I can update its currency. I'll show the listing later on. And then edit items or bits. I didn't put any of those on. I'm probably not going to until they add in a frame market, because right now it is the card and the die only. And then you've got like gold and gems and stuff, but I'm not too interested in putting any of those on the market since it's typically something that I use a lot of. So I did look at this, and this would probably be something I would want updated. So when you go help, like how you have in the other bots, how it gives you a list of commands, this does not. So yeah, it's a slash command, but it wants you to pick out of everything, like what you want to look at. And if me being a new user, I don't know what I want to look at. I'm just, trying to figure out the bot. So I could say like, help inventory, and it says like, oh, this shows your inventory. It's not too specific, but I guess, what were you expecting from K-help inventory, but let's try a bigger one. Let's go listings. Okay, so type K listings, user. If you provide a user, you'll see the user's listings. And I guess they said that they have a video tutorial, so that would also be nice. If you can't figure it out yourself, then there's apparently this tutorial that you can go and watch, and that should definitely help you out. I will link their server and their website down in the description below, so it's ease of access for everyone. You can easily get it in your server that way, or if you are already a member of Viability, you can just go to the side, grab it from here. It's a verified bot, so you can quickly add it to your server through that. Okay, so yeah, and then invite Karu Marketplace to your server. So that's probably if you're already in the Karu Market as is. Sends the server invite. Okay. So that's if you want to join their server and you're in a server that already has it, and then if you're already in the server and want it to join yours. Okay, so my card listings, this is why I do not like / commands. Alright, so I already have my 2 listings up. Black Clover and Genshin. Of course, these are probably too cheap or too expensive. I don't know. I was just putting it up there for an example, but they are for sale. Worker info. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that. GFMD GD. Oh, okay, wait. There we go. Gem framed. It's nice, because I was looking at that and I was drawing a blank, but I am glad that they have kind of a description down here. Toughness, purity, quickness. Gem framed. Mystic dyed. Means no grabber, no dropper. Yeah, so I did grab and drop both of those cards. Kind of took me a little bit to get or to grab her. Remaining time in the market. Alright, yeah, I'll need to come back on this too. I don't know if it expires and I just have to re-add it, or what all happens with that. Though I think it would be nice. I don't know too much of like what premium is, but I wonder. Okay, help. Market purge for 7-day old listings. Okay, so it lasts for 7 days then. It would be nice if there was like, per se, like a premium plus where it doesn't expire. Because I'm not going to be able to like set a reminder of like, oh, I need to re-put my cards on the market. Especially if I'm not having that good of luck to get them sold. Like, I just kind of want them to stay on there. And as time goes on, like, maybe it will be easier I don't know, easier for it to sell. I don't know where I was going with that. Sometimes I start a sentence and I lose along the way. I hope I can just find it. Alright, so I'm gonna keep I'll probably call that good with the bot in general. There's like not too much on it. I'll actually, hold on, I'll put in a listing so you can kind of see how it goes. KC tag for sale for trade order wish list. Okay, so we're gonna do my boy Tamaki Suo. And a part of this is where you need to KWI and KCI in the channel you need to list it on. I know it could sound kind of annoying, but there's like the reasoning on that like later on. And I have no idea what his wish list even is. $310. Okay, so what's his print? It's pretty high. Okay, so I'll put him on there for a ticket. I don't really care. Okay, slash K sell a card. And then the currency, we'll do it for a ticket, and we'll do it for one ticket. Okay, my listing has been uploaded. This is where the kind of where I wish they wouldn't do it would come in. Probably just put them all on this same slash commands are going to be the death of me. Alright, so yeah, he's on there. 3 days, 17 hours, so what you got? I'm not sure that I exactly put it on 2 days ago. But who knows? Yeah, no, I don't think that's accurate. Especially since this now lines up with this, and I very clearly put them on at different times. I don't know, maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe that's just one of the bugs that, of course, like all new bots will have. Not a big deal, but if you look at the worker info, so you've got Tamaki down here, and that is why you had to do this earlier. So I am not the grabber or the dropper, and there's no gem frame or mystic die on it, and then it is FSS, so no toughness, but my purity and quickness are S. So hopefully we can get this sold. If not, that's not a big deal. I'll probably just throw it in one of my giveaways that I have within my server, but I'm not too active on trying to get them sold. But heading over to the website now, I think I'll just do it announcement wise. There we go. Okay, so here is their web page. So as you can see, my Tamaki's right there, along with my Asta, and it will show how much it is. It shows the card code. It shows the frame and the die if it has one on there. What I saw earlier is, let's see if I can find it. Okay, so down here. So it shows that she is morphed because it's not like grayed out. So if you ever want to like know like, oh well, it's got a morph on it, or if it's got a trim on it, then you could say like, oh no, it doesn't. And here's like one with a frame. It's got the pastel geometry frame on it. Let's see if we can find one with like everything on it. Probably not. So it's still like a small server, but or a small web page. But that is almost a perk for you, because if you put it on there, of course everyone's gonna see it. You can do a type of search of card or die, so we can head over to the dies. This is also one of mine right here, along with this. So I think the downside of this is filled, this is not filled. But this down here, the little dot, makes me think that they are both filled. So maybe that's something that should get implemented on there. I mean, of course, I could always go and grab the code and then KB, and then it will show like there's no charge to it. But if there was a way to see it like on the website in general, that would be really nifty. Especially if I'm like grabbing the owner's tag, I don't want to grab their tag just to realize that I, spent $3 or 5,500 gem on a unfilled, an unfilled mystic. Or like even right here, I'm assuming these are not filled, but like if this one's not filled, spending 55 tickets as per 35, like it's kind of a big difference, especially if you're not super rich within Karuta, which ticket wise I am not. And 60, yeah, like if I spent 60 and it wasn't filled, I'd kind of be upset, because it takes 30 droplets to fill this back up. But you can go cards. A really nice thing is that you can go like look at in tickets, but the bad thing about it, did it work? No, it didn't. Okay. So the thing I didn't quite like is that I'd like want it to almost auto update or have a like search button, because see, I can enter search all day long, but I have to enter something in here, and if I'm just kind of browsing, it's going to be a little hard for me to do that. So I'd have to put in like A, and then it pulls it up. But if I just want it to be like, I just want a broad look at it, I really don't want to have to put in A, because like what if their name doesn't have A in it at all, like Yui. Now that could just be like their name in general, but if, for instance, I mean, if it was like along the board of just like the name and the series, that's a little bit different. But if it was like Yui from Sword Art Online, and the only thing that it would look in the search bar is the name, which would be Yui, if I type A, it's not going to pop up. And I don't, if I don't, not specifically looking for a Yui, then doing this, it won't pop up, and I would miss out on getting a card. That's just my 2 cents on it. Ooh, that's got a Mystic Red on it. That's pretty neat. And that's pretty cheap. I might actually buy that. Especially since that print's left too. I have no interest in One Piece, but I could always use a swap orb on the die onto a card that I want. That's pretty cheap too for it being it being 12. No interest in Yu-Gi-Oh either, but I'm just looking at prices I'm more of a collector of low prints than anything, like low prints and mid prints, single prints. And I've got quite a bit of gems, so I'm not too worried about spending quite a bit. I mean, I wouldn't spend this much, especially since there's like no frame, no dye on it, and they're not even the grabber or the dropper. I probably wouldn't spend. I mean, it is like a single print, but there's some points where it's kind of just overkill. Same with like this one, but I know they're like renowned characters, so I mean, I could see how someone would want to buy it, but you don't get much buyers with prices like that, but you don't want to lowball yourself either. So like I said, I understand. And if, for instance, you don't have gems and you don't have tickets, there is an option for gold, which is nice. So it is for everyone. Anyone can get gold. Of course, you wouldn't have the super great cards, but it is better than nothing. I personally wouldn't buy any of these. Let's go back though. Maybe I'll inquire about this. So I can grab the owner's tag. But I wonder if... I'll just do it in Karu bot. Okay, so that shows... Alright, that is something that I would classify as then an issue. So it would have their name, but that's not specific at all. Like, there's no way for me to be able to contact this person, especially if, since this is a public website, and if I were to leave this server, I would still have access to it. At that point, there's no way for me to be able to contact this person at all to be able to buy it. So what you could do instead is have it be like that. So that's my user ID. It would show that, and then I could easily go like this, and then it pings me. So then I can then go through here and I could message, and it would just be a lot easier that way. But doing it this way, unfortunately, like, I don't know if they're in this server, but if they're not, there's no way for me to be able to buy that card unless, wait, go through here. But now this is putting in a lot of work for me, but just because I'm curious. Yeah, so there, I can go through here. And they're in Karu Hub and Karu, of course. I figured that they'd be in Karu Hub. How much was it? A big thing that I would say is put down how much that they said that they had advertised it for, because so many times you'll say, hey, is Yami Yugi for sale? And they'll be like, yeah, it's for, 2,500 gems. And then you'd be like, no, it's not, because, it's what it says on here, but some people don't bother to look at that. So I will say, hey, is your Yami Yugi still for sale for... And luckily that went through. A lot of people have like their DMs private, and that just, I don't know why they would put something up on the market and then not have their DMs unprivated. But I'm not gonna wait for him to reply. I don't know if he's here. If he is, then awesome. But I'm just inquiring about it. I'm not like necessarily saying like, oh yeah, let me buy it. But if it's still for sale, I probably will, because 2000 is a good price for a edition 2 print 12, and the explanation on that is kind of talked about a little bit in my previous video. But with that, I will call that done on the review. I like Karu so far. I think it's got a lot of potential, a little bit of tweaks here and there that needs to be done, but other than that, I think it looks pretty good. Of course, I will stick around, see like what updates they have. Hopefully a frame market will come up so I can go and I can sell those frames. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, of course you can comment down below, or you can join my server. I will have my server along with Karu Market server, along with their website, all tagged in the description below. But yeah, with that, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys later.